What is the best Dark Souls 2 boss? I thought to myself while actually completing the game, and nothing came to mind. Well, some came to mind, of course, but I thought, hey, let's do another tier list for it, as I said I would in the last video if you haven't watched it. Yes, again, a noteworthy thing. This is all my opinion, so if you don't agree with it, comment down below why you don't think that the Rat Vanguard should not be in the F tier or whatever.
Calypso, you are stupid if you actually believe that Dark Souls 2 bosses aren't good. I can't even describe the feeling you get when you beat them. I think it's time to admit that you are just a weak-ass nerd who can't appreciate good boss design. Got chills fighting the Smelter Demon for the second Tim, and the Royal Rat Vanguard were a good surprise and a good designed boss. You just suck, nerd.
Anyway, so from that, again, some of these bosses are included in my Dark Souls 2 is a masterpiece video. Go watch it. It's a compilation of the best moments of my Dark Souls 2 playthrough. Also, if you want to know why Dark Souls 2 broke me, go watch it. It's the last video on this channel. But anyway, starting off from the top. I wish this was arranged as the way you go with the bosses, but But I do actually have a list of how you beat them in order near me. I don't know if you hear the paper sliding, but yeah. Okay, so starting off with the last giant. Star boss. He had a cool animation of him ripping his arm. That was about it. It was easy. You just camp his legs, and when he lifts him up to stomp you, you just roll away. C tier. Okay, and next one we have the Pursuer. I literally hated my life playing this, fighting him the first time I did. I tried the ballista route, but it wasn't working out because I countered him and I had to spam the A button so I could kill him. The last time I fought him on my main playthrough, like off camera, off everything, I didn't go with the ballista route. I fought him. He has cool attacks, and as his name says, Pursuer. This guy pursues you through the entire game, and it was fun to kill, unless there was 5 enemies that were near you, so which was a pain in the ass. But I'll go with a B tier, I guess, for him. Okay, so this guy, I'm not gonna say much about him. He had some attacks, but you can cheese him, and Dark Souls 2 did the old Dark Souls 2 strategy and put him in twice. You fought him twice. Bruh. Same people. I don't get it. Old Dragon Slayer, it's just Ornstein, but weaker. Yeah, his attacks were easy. It was a pain to get to him, actually. I mean, this also does factor in, if you have watched the last video, the pain that I suffered through to get to some of these bosses actually killed the hype for the actual boss. So I'm probably, I don't know, he has cool armor, probably C tier, or A tier, I don't know, not A tier, but yeah, the big pain in the ass was killing the dragon that was before the lever you had to pull to get to the old Dragon Slayer boss. What place was an actual pain in the ass to go through was the Flexile, it was No Man's Wharf, I think, but to get to the Sentry boss, Flexile Sentry. Yep. They straight up, after you beating this guy and passing through just the location, like maybe 30 minutes of gameplay, maybe an hour, they literally put him as a regular enemy before you get to the Lost Sinner, D tier. I like some of his attacks, but it was an easy fight. You just had to watch out and not get close to him. After that, we have the Ruin Sentinels. Again, Dark Souls 2 did the ultimate thing of, hey, we have a boss, but now there's 3 of them. I don't know, look, listen, this game has awesome designs to some things, but sometimes the bosses are overclimactic, like you'll lose your temper and your freaking mind trying to get to them, and when you do, you panic, but when you think about it, they're kind of easy. And I found a strategy for those who are playing it right now. Actually stay on the first platform. When you kill one of the sentinels, you can shoot one or do whatever, so the other one can come to your platform, so you don't have to jump down and fight 2 at once. So that's a strategy. Otherwise, they're pretty simple. I don't like the attack where they start to become like a tornado. That's a bullshit attack, and if you get caught up to all 3 of them at once with that, good luck. your health bar will be drained. Now we have the Belfry Gargoyles. We have a gargoyle boss from the first game, but now it's 5. Yeah, someone thought of that. Cool. Lost Sinner, A tier. I liked his attack, I liked his design, I liked the entrance. It was pretty creepy when he got a fucking scorpion in his eye. That was pretty nightmare inducing. But is he a true A tier or a B tier? I am not sure. I'm also thinking about how people will react to this list. I know some of them will agree with the placements, but some will hate him. So I don't know if it's too high for him to be on an A tier. I'll move him down to a B tier, but yes, this list might change as the list goes on. The Executioner's Chariot. Before going to this boss, I remember reading about people saying that the run up to this guy is horrible. It was, but trust me, it's nothing compared to the Blue Smelter Demon or the regular Smelter Demon or Sir Alonne. That was something else. It's a gimmick boss. You pull a lever, the guy on top of the horse falls down, the horse loses half its health, and if you haven't killed the summoner guys before fighting him, well, good luck to you, guy, because we have a lot of skeletons. It's a D tier boss, and it's pretty straightforward with the horse. I think it can curse you because it spits out things, but it's not a very hard or something. It's nowhere near some bosses, right? And then we have the Skeleton Lords, if I can find them. Yep.
Hello.
I got 4 King vibes from these guys, but that was just meh. Mainly because of the pinwheels. After you kill the 4 guys, you're left with was with skeletons, pinwheels, and everything. So yeah, that's part of the boss. I don't know. I thought the presentation was cool. I thought that was cool that we have a firecaster in the background, and yeah, that at least saves it. The 4 guys save it. There's a boss that I'll go down in later too. That was a pain in the ass. Well, not really a pain in the ass, but it was very simple. It's like you fighting NPCs and you get the fuck out of here. Okay, after the Skeleton Lords, we have the Covenant's Demon. One of my least favorite locations, mainly because all the poison. I didn't use a torch to burn down the windmill. This guy was pretty easy. I killed him on the first try. It didn't take that long. I just dodged whenever he did a slow attack, and which could one-shot you, I think, because he's fat. I retract that statement, because people might get offended. This boss, Maitha, I don't know how you say her name. I actually did not burn the windmill, so her arena was poisonous. So I was getting poisoned, but I thought her attacks were okay. There wasn't something special, like some other guys we're getting into later, or like the Pursuer. But when I think about her, she's a C tier boss. I don't remember what location she sends us off to after you kill her. Then we have the Royal Rat Vanguard, a boss I literally spent freaking hours on doing my original playthrough on YouTube. Just stay on the F tier, bro. You're just multiple rats, and you have to distinguish the main boss because it's with a mohawk. I don't know who thought of that, but I generally want my time back I spent fighting it. Then we have the boss that I was just talking about, Prowling Magnus and Prowling Magnus and the Congregation. Straight up F tier. It's just NPCs. One can heal, one can do magic attacks, which are slow. If you have a good weapon, you can just easily one-shot him there. It's like Pinwheel from the first Dark Souls game. F. I actually skipped a few bosses. Okay, no worries. We're not in a rush. We have the Rotten next. The Rotten. I liked his attacks. I didn't like the area before him where you get spammed with poisonous attacks. You can also get invaded by multiple people. But I did think the boss is cool, so I don't know if I should place him on B or C, but we'll check him out on C tier. And no, don't get me wrong. Okay, the last giant might be overhyped here. On the C tier, I moved him down to the D tier thinking about it. I think it's okay so far. Watch till the end of the video if you want the full completed list, the correct list. So the Rotten, probably C tier. He was very slow. He could explode, which, again, if you see him charging up his explosion, you just roll away. It's the simplest thing of all time. And then we have Scorpion Nika. Oh, here she is. She's like a reskin from the Blighttown boss, Quelaag the spider girl or something. Kill her in the first try, didn't struggle much on it. I'm thinking about an F or D tier. It's such an easy boss. And yes, some would say, but she has two things that make her special. And to that I say I am not a simp. Good job, Calypso, using old 2020 wordage. Wordage is not a word, but okay, we continue. I don't know. If she's a D tier or an F tier, she's probably not on the level of some of these guys. You know what? I'll keep it an F. This might be the most controversial list I've done. Again, don't dislike. Tell me what I did wrong and why I'm wrong, so we can have a conversation. Don't get offended by this. This is just my opinion again. Then a boss that I'm not going to go into too much on why I hate it. Yes, I am. The Royal Rat Authority. 4 mini dogs that are actually rats, I think, who do poison and blood buildup or something like that. And they're very hard to kill. Mainly because of the damn hitboxes. When I lock in on my enemies, my character goes the other direction whilst I'm locked on and hits the other direction, causing me so much pain in the head. And then the big rat or dog, whatever, just jumps on me and sweeps me. I like how it does 9 damage to the other rats, but it does like hundreds of damage to me. I don't like this boss. I don't want to think about it. It's straight up F tier. Then we have this spider boss. I did actually, whilst playing this game, watching a YouTube compilation of Dark Souls 2, like some funny moments and fails. And I did actually read a comment by some chance that said that spiders are afraid of torches. I thought the guy meant for the No Man's Wharf location about those things that are scared of torches. But I ended up testing it out and the spiders were afraid, and that did help me against this boss. This boss is pretty straightforward. It's a D tier. You literally aim for one of its heads, and I was doing so much damage that one of its heads halfway through fell off, and I had to change direction. It literally took me like one try to beat this boss, and it didn't take me that much. Again, if you're wondering what I was running with in this game, I was running with plus 10 rapier and plus 10 greatsword. Then switched over to the Fume Knight sword. But yeah, then we have the worst boss, worst pathway, Smelter Demon. I'm gonna be honest. If we don't look at its shitty fucking attacks, the shitty fucking pathway to the boss, this boss has some cool attacks. Yes, it charges up its attacks or whatever, but it's pretty straightforward. But I like its attacks, and I just remember it has shitty hitboxes, which can pull you to it. E tier. I'm beginning to fucking overthink this because there's no A or S tier boss, and it's a Dark Souls game. I mean, we'll get there, surely. Then we have the Old Iron King. Camp its freaking hands. Try not to fall in the small little hole by the wall that has lava in it. I killed him so fast that after watching some YouTube videos, I saw attacks that he didn't have any time to pull off. And I think he's somehow integrated with Gwyn, the last Dark Souls 1 main boss. I don't know where to put this guy actually. I'll go ahead and put him in C tier. He was cool. His design was pretty cool. It was kind of scary, but I mean scary. I mean, you know what I mean. Then we have the Dragon Riders. Or Twin Dragon Riders. One of them has a freaking health bar the size of a Snickers bar. 2 attacks with a greatsword. He's out of here. And the other one is just this guy, but you cannot cheese him with him falling off a building. Then we have an actually very cool guy. I had problems with my connection playing this game because multiple times it would disconnect me from the Dark Souls 2 servers. So Glass Looking Knight or Mirror Knight is an A tier boss. He's very good. I enjoyed him. He has some cool attacks. It took me the one try, but If I actually played it online and if you actually summoned people who still actually play the game, it would have been a cooler boss fight. The pathway to him, I think it was pretty easy. So yeah, A tier. Demon of the Sunk. I like the creepiness of the guy. The boss was easy. He did also have a shitty hitbox, which if you were by the side of him, he could still like somehow magnetically, let's say magnetically, he could magnetically pull you to him and do damage to you. But is he on the list of some of these guys? The Smelter Demon, the Duke's Freya Last Giant? I must say no. Yo is pretty easy. You would probably die due to you getting your armor broken from the freaking slugs or whatever they are, who spew out poison for armor, I think. I got my rings broken multiple times there, mainly due to the big guy. Then after that, before the boss arena, you have to fight 3 magicians, 3 rat knights or something like that, and 3 standard knights. I don't know their names, and I also got invaded. And also don't fall in the hole while getting to the boss. Yep, that's what you have to worry about as well. Now we have Velstad. I think that's his name. It was pretty easy. But he has lore that I know, which actually is a plus. I know he doesn't like Fume Knight. So I'm probably thinking of a B tier. And I don't know, I should move some of these guys up. Probably, watch till the end of the video to see if this list is any good by our standards. Now we have the Guardian Dragon. I'm trying to remember if that's the Caged Dragon. If it is, yes it is. D tier. It's mainly due to its AoE attack. Literally camp one of its legs. When it goes on top of the cage, you can see where it's going. And I don't think I got hit more than 3 times during this boss. It was pretty easy. The pathway to that place because of the ogres was kind of ass. But this game also has a lot of dragon boss fights, and most of them are disliked. Which is pretty funny, but I digress, okay? To go any further. Then we have the Ancient Dragon, the dragon that pissed me off, the fucking place that fucking annihilates me. I don't know if it's an F tier or a B tier. This guy has probably the combined health of all of these guys in the whole tier list. And it has a bullshit attack when it flies up. It's cool, yeah, but D tier, but I liked it. Not enough to put it somewhere higher, but oh god, when I think about the fucking places that I had died while getting to this guy. 100 dragon knights waiting in front, and I didn't know I had to kill one of the main guys with the 2 dragon weapons. Okay, D tier, I guess. The Giant Lord, the guy that you can literally farm to get experience. Camp one of its legs. Watch out if he's gonna do a sweeping attack with a sword. Pretty straightforward boss. You can burn a bonfire on static, fight him again, kill him. Then we have a DLC boss, Elena the Squalid Queen. A boss that is very good. I enjoyed her. A lot of people struggled on her. She does summon skeletons and a giant dude. I didn't reach the giant dude because I actually just only got skeletons on my first playthrough. And I'm thinking either B or A tier for her. Probably B tier. There's a freaking boss that is missing here. I know what boss it is. And after you kill her, you have another dragon fight, which is pretty awesome. I actually like this dragon fight a lot, actually. I'm talking about Sith the Slumbering Dragon. It does poisonous damage to you, or something like that. Poison or stone buildup. I'm not sure. I liked it. It was pretty cool. It wasn't like the other guys. I think it's also the last boss of this DLC, the Sunken Crown. I liked it. I'm thinking about either B or A tier. I'm gonna leave it at A for now. And by the way, this is the way I'm going. The way I was playing through this game. So now we got to the boss that is not on the list. The Grave Robbers, the Ancient Soldier, and the archer or something. I don't know. It's basically freaking what's his name? Havel, the last boss of Dark Souls 3, and a random archer dude. Literally stay here. They ganged up on you. My way of beating it, I've heard a lot of people say go to the archer first. I think if you're doing it with summons, take the summons so they can get the attention off you. And while they're fighting them, literally backstab everybody. Leave the archer dude for the last. And try to dodge his arrows. That's what I was doing. So then we have Smelter Demon 2.
Where? Where, Dwight?
Why does it not have every boss in this? Fuck, god damn it. Okay, we don't have the blue Smelter Demon, but if we knew, if we had him, he would be probably on D tier. Now let's act like that. It's a reskin boss. Wait, no. So if the blue Smelter Demon would have been on the D tier, this guy should have probably been on C tier. It's mainly because it's a reskin boss. So yeah, Smelter Demon, C tier. Blue Smelter Demon, the imaginary version on this tier list, is on D tier. That's how it is. Not my rules. It's a reskin boss. It does magic build up. Also, I don't know how they made the run up to the boss more cancerous than the first. I really wondered that. How the hell did they manage to do that? Then we have Fume Knight. Loved it. That's all I'm gonna say. Loved it. No complex run up to the boss. No nothing. You literally just run in. Watch out for his attacks. I love them. As I said, kind of reminiscent of Gwyn, but I love them. Okay, due to me actually being kind of blind, I actually added the missing people. Yeah, there's some missing, but I'll add them while we get to them. Yeah, next boss, Sir Alonne would have been okay. I might get incredible hate, but I don't know if I should put him to the S or A tier. Again, it ruined the run-up, ruined the boss for me, but looking at him and him alone, it's an S tier boss. If you don't get hit, special animation plays. I am thinking S tier. Yep, I'm thinking S tier. Don't hate me. We are going now to the other DLC, the Ivory King DLC. Ava, the King's Pet. No, it was a cool boss. It just had a bullshit hit of, well, not really a bullshit hit, but your freaking weapon would break if you hit it too much. So I literally swapped him so the yellow line could continue. I didn't want to break it off. Then we have the reskin of it, Luden Zelen, right? Luden Zelen was the name. Okay, now listen to me, guys. Dark Souls 2 development team thought of something cool. Ava was blue. Luden Zelen will be black. Okay, wait. Ava was 1, and they are 2. And they're a reskin. F tier. And don't get me started on the freaking pain through the valley to get to these guys. I'm not going to say the name of it, although I did swear multiple times in this video. So, yeah, I'm going to try and not swear anymore. The Burnt Ivory King. Yep. Some people might complain about the waiting for the knights to actually close up the gates. I did end up yelling in one night to actually start closing the gate because this guy was starting to come out. I liked his attacks. Very cool guy. I think it's a very cool end to the DLC. I don't know much lore-wise to him. I do think he's corrupted. So yeah, Ivory King actually goes to the S tier. I really enjoyed him, and it wasn't a pain to get to him. Although you did have to fight 15 or to 20 knights to actually, until he starts up. Also, it was a pain in the ass to get the knights to actually come to the place. You actually had to find them. No bonfires. Again, as I said, and the Dark Souls 2 broke me video. Go watch it. I explain a bit more in detail on what this actually was about. Dark Lurker, I'm gonna be honest, I've not fight this boss yet. I saw that you have to enter covenants. I've seen that you actually have to do things, light up torches, blah blah blah. I tried yesterday, but I'm left without humanity thanks to these bitches. Let me pull up a video of fighting Dark Lurker. Let's just see that. Something that I won't do pretty much. Okay, and the one thing I know about this guy is that he can actually transform so in multiple, split into two. Basically Pontiff Sullivan, before Pontiff Sullivan. I don't know how time-wise works in this game, so I'm not sure if this is before Pontiff or with Pontiff, so I don't know. Yeah, this is basically like if you were fighting the four kings in the abyss and you had to sacrifice humanity before entering it. I did that comparison due to the, I don't know, I thought the areas looked the same because you were going into darkness and something like that. So yeah, I don't know where to put Dark Lurker. I will have to probably put another row. Can I have another row, please? We have Vendrick. Such a shame that his lore was building up in this game, I think, right? I wasn't paying too much attention. But this guy, I don't know. I want to put him at freaking F tier because I beat him in the first try with 4 giant souls, right? It was pretty easy. I didn't get hit once. He did hit me with a slam that I pretty sure connected to me through Dark Souls 2 bullshit with hitboxes and everything. I'm probably going to go D tier, but the very lowest form of D tier. The form of D tier where he's about to hit a F. Okay? Could have been way cooler. Could have pulled out some magic attacks, something like that, but he's a Hollow who goes around the freaking arena. Before you even hit him, he just goes around aimlessly. Throne Watcher and Throne Defender. Basically for the uninitiated, and we are initiated, of course. These are basically freaking Ornstein and Smoke, but they can do backflips, and I think Ornstein could have done backflips, right? I'm not so sure. If you kill one of these guys first and leave the other one like roaming around, he will heal up the other one. I like their attacks. They can buff up with lightning damage. So I'm thinking of a C tier. I would have gone a very controversial if I said B tier, but I really want to put him at freaking B because I liked actually their bosses. And one thing I'll say, the ending of Dark Souls 2 literally has you fighting 3 bosses in a row. And I think just for that, these guys are actually one of the better bosses that you fight. I'm getting to them right now. Nishandra. It's literally Elena the Squid, but Elena the Squid... Sorry, what the fuck did I just say squid? Elena the Squidlet Queen was literally better than her. She is basically the DLC, but Nishandra is the main boss, which literally sucks so much. She sucks. She's pretty easy. Ask anyone. Nobody struggles. She does have a bullshit attack. The last main boss of this whole game, Aldea. Once you get to the point where you understand her attacks, when she's on fire, you cannot hit her. If you do hit her, you will get lava damage, and you won't do that much damage. Like instead of doing 100 or 200 damage per hit, it will do only 10 to 50. Something like that, so it's not very noticeable. You're risking your health bar for minimal damage. When she's not on fire, however, go at her. She basically, every time she teleports and spawns in, she's not on fire. You have to wait for her to get on fire, so she becomes kind of immune to your attacks. She's basically F tier, lower F tier. Everybody I've heard about this game literally hasn't struggled at all to her boss. So I think it's actually just an F tier. It's very even forgettable. I mean, think about Soul of Cinder, think about Gwyn. Those are top tier and bosses. But Dark Souls 2, even though they had a boss run in the end, almost all of them are forgettable. I'm pretty sure I've made a lot of controversial opinions. Well, this tier list, I am actually going to move the Pursuer to A tier. Actually, yeah. What I'm doing right now is I'm looking through the tier list, thinking of if someone should be moved up or down. I guess we can move the Scorpioness up a tier. The Last Giant is also the first boss in this game, so okay, we can keep him there. However, the Blue Smelter Demon is a reskin, so I don't know if I should drop him down. I did like his attacks. He's blue now, but that's all they changed. But yeah, man, this is the tier list of Dark Souls 2. Scholar of the First Edition. I think that's important also to note that that's the edition I played of this game. So yeah, if you agree with this video, leave a like. If you don't, Comment down below why you don't agree with it. And again, remember, this is my opinion. Tell me what you thought about this tier list. And if you deem this video like-worthy, again, leave a like on it. Subscribe if you haven't, turn on post notifications. I'm planning to drop even more content right now. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.